Careful.
Goes. Ready? And hi guys! Jake and MJ back again for more live reactions to Power Rangers Beast Morphers. That was oddly slow. Nobody is here yet.
We haven't tweeted this out yet.
Yes. So people should be...
Coffee.
Yep. People will be coming online very shortly. There we go. Yeah, sorry, I was running a little late because I could not find our sunglasses. Hello, John. First one in the chat.
What's the episode title?
Digital Deception. I was running all over the place, and they're right there. They are right there.
So they are.
When you get a moment, you can grab them. Right now, I'm pinned in by the coffee table. Hello, Chase. But yeah, I was running around trying to find the sunglasses, and I knew that they were here in the living room, and I looked forward at the cable box to make sure that I have everything set up over there, and sure enough, there they are, sitting right next to the cable box inside the TV cabinet.
This is episode 3?
Episode 4. Yeah. All right. Oh, you won't. Okay, so we have so Diverno won't be able to watch the whole live stream today. But yeah, we are back after after a week off, and now I can put this back on.
Do you want to do the thing with the sunglasses throwing?
We can do the thing with the sunglasses throwing. Because I was running all over the apartment. I could not find them. Could not find them. I sit down. We start the stream, and there they are. Sitting right there. Because what is this? This is Power Rangers Beast Morphers. Take some of us off. Throw them away. That is essential.
All right.
Oh, wow. I've just been reminded that someone sent me messages on Ranger Vision. I have not been on Ranger Vision this week or in several weeks. It's been a while since I've checked my Ranger Vision account. I should do that. And I'm making sure that everything is working well here with the DVR as people are filtering in. Yeah, I was a little wiped this week because we finally did our filming for 87. So, huzzah! Those missing shots that I've been trying to get since like December, we got them. So I will be posting a trailer. Probably I'll probably be editing it on Sunday. So not after the live stream of the live reactions, but right around the posting of the live reactions, I'll be getting the trailer out. So that'll probably be Sunday night. So if you're watching this Sunday night, stay tuned. There's a trailer coming. Because we finally have the remaining shots needed for 87. I just put together an effect shot earlier today to make sure that it was looking fine. It's looking good. So yes, the next episode of Power Reviews is coming within the next 2 weeks. Like, I can confirm that it will be within the next 2 weeks.
Do you have Facebook open here? Or do I need to open a new tab?
Just open a new tab. All the tabs, yeah.
He has too many tabs.
I know. Well, a lot of it was because I was doing...
You need the one tab plugin. I'm getting it for you after this.
Okay. Well, it was mainly because I was doing... I do research stuff for schoolwork, so...
Yeah, the one tab plugin will help you collapse some of these.
Yeah. All right, so... Yeah, people are filtering in. The word's getting out.
Well, I hit the Twitter and I hit the Discord. Now I'm on my way to Facebook.
Excellent. Excellent.
Sorry, we usually have this out beforehand, but we were scrambling for the sunglasses.
People, one thing that we know about this episode coming up is that they were able to spot some of the footage that got used in Grid Defense.
Oh!
So that's going to be fun.
Power Rangers, Grid Defense.
I still feel great about Grid Defense. There were like little things that I feel probably could have been streamlined or done slightly better, but, all told, Grid Defense, I'm still extremely proud of. So hello to Omega Rez, Dustin, Chase, Zafira. as well as everyone else in the chat. We got up over a dozen now, so that's cool.
And I've just published to Facebook, which means that I can hop into the chat to moderate.
Excellent. So we'll be getting started on that. To answer quick question, no, you are not. No, Chase, you're not the only one who can't stand SpongeBob.
We hate SpongeBob.
I mean,
I hate SpongeBob so much that if Jake doesn't stop it before the pirate shows up and starts going, "Hey kids," I start screaming.
Yeah. I do not hate SpongeBob. I just don't. I haven't really been interested in watching it for like the last 15 to 20 years, which I know is
Darren,
the majority of it.
Totally cool. We'll have the rest of it up as a saved version. You can see it later if you want to.
Yep.
But we appreciate you coming for the beginning.
There is one thing I want to tackle real quick before we get started, and that is to offer my condolences to Jason Bischoff, aka Shadow Piper, who was sadly let go from Hasbro just yesterday, I found out. Is the director of global consumer products, I believe what was his title at Saban Brands. I think he basically had the same title for the Power Rangers franchise at Hasbro. But apparently they were doing some restructuring and he was sadly let go.
It happens.
So I don't know.
We lost a couple of people at work to restructuring, not on my team.
Yeah.
But they decided to consolidate some teams and we lost some managers.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on there. I have not heard word of anyone else.
I screamed too. I screamed too.
Being related to the franchise being let go. That's the only one that we know of. But considering it is a restructuring, I don't know what else might be coming down the pipeline during this next week. So hopefully we're not we're
pulling for all you guys from Saban Brands.
Yeah.
Hey Jennifer.
So we'll have to keep an eye open. So I'm sure that Jason will.
Are they still making new episodes, Chase?
New episodes of SpongeBob? Yeah, it's been going
too long
for 20 years.
Oh, the A Games has a good warning for everybody here.
Yep.
Monday is April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
Careful what you read on pretty much any place on the internet and look out for screamers.
And
also, if you're thinking of putting up a screamer, don't.
And
it's not funny.
If political news seems especially crazy on Monday, just keep in mind that is the current era that we live in. That's just our lives now. All right, so I think we're probably good to kick off. I think some people kind of popped in and out, but I think we should be good to kick off our.
I just want to say something explicitly before we get started, since people had some stuff to say about me being on my phone last time. This is you guys.
Yeah.
If I'm not looking at this, then I ain't paying attention to y'all. So pardon me for looking at the chat. Yeah.
When Marissa was looking at the phone last week, it's because we had to use both laptops for streaming to you guys and playing the
this one was
video.
Playing the video, so I had to use my phone.
The phone was the chat.
A little iffy
last time, but this time
Nickelodeon cares more about SpongeBob than Power Rangers, and that's a travesty.
Well, that's also just not surprising. They produced SpongeBob, and SpongeBob has been their cash cow for 20 years. They care about SpongeBob more than anything else.
Apparently the new era
it's
also
a 20-year.
on Monday.
Oh yes, the Naruhito. Emperor Naruhito will be naming the new era, so that's going to be exciting for the Japanese culture, seeing what era they're living in.
That's going to supersede April Fool's Day, I'm sure, over there.
Yeah.
Unless some people start passing around funny era names, but I know that they do.
I'm not sure if that's. I don't know if that's coming out on the 30th or the 1st, but it's kicking off. We'll find out.
I only watch Nick for Power Rangers. Us too.
Yeah, pretty much.
We only pay for cable for Power Rangers.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nickelodeon, if you're listening, if you make your thing all a la carte or whatever, we will buy it.
We need to look more into that Philo service.
Yeah, somebody mentioned Philo.
Yeah.
All right,
so let's kick off with episode 4 of Power Rangers Beast Morphers Digital deception.
I put up 3 fingers, and that was a problem.
There was a
the Hasbro era begins on Monday?
Wow. Look at all these
I'm so confused.
Oh, wow. That's adorable.
Bees!
That is an unrealistically large bee.
No, it's not. That is a bumblebee. That is the actual size of a bumblebee.
Why are you trying to swat a bee, Ben? That's not a good idea.
It also appears to not really be a bee.
Well, it's CG.
No, I mean, it's more cylindrical than a bee. It might be like a camera bee or something. I'm not sure. But that is the actual size of a bumblebee. If you've ever seen a bumblebee. They live solitary lives. They're fuzzy and round and big.
I feel like it's larger than
it
should be. Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day, Roxy.
There we go.
Not the bees! Yes, Dustin.
Yeah, yes.
Or a carpenter bee. Yeah. I mean, they
flashback.
Bees that big.
Yay, flashback. Aww.
You know what they say about couples who take a lot of selfies on Valentine's Day? They're not actually that happy.
Oh, I thought you were going to say eventually one of them ends up in a cryogenic coma.
No,
in which case, that would be dead on.
It's like couples that are actually having a good time spend more time paying attention to each other than their phones on Valentine's Day. Who'd have thought it?
But without all the messy emotions.
Okay.
Apparently, the more time you spend cultivating your social media to look like you're happy, the less happy you actually are.
It's Valentine's Day today. And I'll bet the Blue Ranger is missing me.
Oh, reminds Chase kind of of Zane from In Space.
Ugh. You're going to manipulate his feelings for you.
Yep.
Being in the
Exactly.
Yeah, it's very Zane.
And don't bring him over to us.
Also, I like that Evox apparently respects the Robert's Rules of Order there. It's like, she was speaking, let her finish her point.
Okay, but it would be more Robert's Rule of Order if he actually said she had the floor.
That's true.
Point of order!
Hey, Nay, what's up? Getting some flowers?
Probably for, what you call it? Remember, they're dating.
Who? Who's he dating?
Are they not dating? They really look like they were dating at the end when they were petting together.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had forgotten that petting a lizard is the power
and gazing
equivalent.
Lovingly into one another's eyes.
They were gazing lovingly into the lizard's eyes.
Disabled flux.
Yeah.
Blast away. We want the Rangers to
I will bet you anything he is getting those flowers for the Yellow Ranger. Look, they're yellow flowers. He's totally smitten.
Robotron, Shoveltron. Otherwise known as Shoveldroid. Can you dig it?
Not for me. I really love my carrots.
What about you? You want a Valentine's Day cookie? No thanks.
Yeah,
I'm not having a great time on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Nate's in trouble.
Yep.
Sector Bravo 42. I need you to check it out.
All right. It's nice that we got to see the gym again. We hadn't seen it before since the first episode.
What do you want? Just sitting back to eat
Shoveldroid.
Shoveldroid. Can you dig it? That's what I said.
Did you?
Yes. You were distracted by something.
They do make a cute couple. I think they do too.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day is a conspiracy set up by the richest man in the world.
Oh, there's a shot from the opening credits.
This was the first monster from Go Busters. Yes.
Oh, this is something that occurs to me.
Hmm?
Their ranger powers don't seem to translate into civilian powers, as far as I can tell.
It does appear to be the case.
Because I was looking at what Zoe was up to, and she's not doing any hopping.
Oh!
Really?
Hey.
Yeah.
That's what we call a combat pragmatist. Pragmatist.
Rangers.
Thank you.
Go, Power Rangers. There's that shot. Go.
Yes, it is that robot from the first episode of the Sentai, which is why it was the robot from the first episode of Grid Defense.
Together we rise. Ding, ding. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, go, Power Rangers. Power Rangers, Beast Morphers. 30-second theme song.
I ship Nate and Zoe. I ship Nate and Zoe.
Yeah, apparently. All right, let's next for future reference. Let's hold off on talking while we're trying to sing because that makes it very difficult. And it's only 30 seconds, and it's followed immediately by a commercial, so we can address anything after that 30 seconds. But yes, apparently there's a lot of Nate and Zoe shipping going on in this stream. I did not realize.
You clearly did not see the way they were looking at each other over that lizard.
I'm just saying, it was a very attractive lizard. I assumed that they were both swooning over the lizard. Like, its skin was just so, like, supernaturally smooth. Almost like it was made in a computer.
It's gonna be a day that goes from stranger to strangest. Thanks to the substitute.
She was looking at Nate with that lizard the way I look at you with the baby.
I'm your substitute teacher. Okay, Chase.
But, oh, this is somebody pretending to be a substitute teacher.
Oh no.
What is happening?
You know what the hottest pepper is?
Carolina Reaper.
That's right.
He's right.
Apparently. Well, it is on the sign behind him.
Should I try it?
No.
This is not a Carolyn Reaper.
It's gonna be fine. I'll take a little bite. It's gonna be fine.
Oh no, what's he doing to these poor
He's gonna
children?
catch fire.
See? Nothing. Oh.
Yeah,
That's
no.
a little bit of a Jimmy.
No, what's he gonna do? Is all of his makeup gonna come off and he's just gonna, like, rapidly de-age?
I don't like this. Get the milk.
This is how you get used to it.
But why
I think he's gonna catch fire.
are we getting this, like, whole scene from this event that's coming up?
It's fine. It's fine. This happens all the time.
Oh my god.
This is weird.
I need your help. Yes, get your breath.
Why are we getting why are we getting this whole long scene?
Dump this in my mouth. Oh, hurry, dude, hurry. Dump it in there.
What?
What I want to know is how these kids don't see that makeup.
This is really, really silly. I don't know what the deal is with this extended...
No, we do not have a baby.
No.
I said the way I see Jake when he holds a baby.
Yeah.
Lots of our friends have babies. Lots of them. We're in our 30s.
Yeah. Why is this still going? What? This is like a 2-minute long commercial. What's going on?
You think that was crazy? It's only the beginning. Don't miss more.
What is the commercial going to last the rest of the episode? Was that only the beginning of our commercial? Because that was an unreasonably long commercial.
No, I think someone in the comments was right. This is like a punk-style show.
Yeah.
Where the substitute goes to schools.
Well, I could get that from like the first 20 seconds. I don't know why we need to go on for that long.
That sneak peek was like 5 minutes long.
That was horrifying. Okay, the A Games is on my side with shipping Nate with the lizard. Just saying. What if we were her substitute teacher? I mean, I am
That's a
a
very
teacher.
likely thing to occur in the future.
I mean, I'm sort of in the middle of a project right now for school where I'm teaching lessons in someone else's classroom.
Which makes it basically the substitute.
But the actual teacher is there. But yeah, that's sort of life there. And people are saying what the name of
that
the
Henry
next
Danger
episode.
thing, I swear they're trying to make that kid into like the next JTT, and it's not working.
Well, even JTT is no longer really JTT anymore.
Well, that's because the JTT and the girls who are in love with JTT are,
Yeah.
not 12 anymore.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor Thomas was a whole thing for a while. But at this point, the kid who plays Harvey Danger, or Henry Danger, not Harvey Danger. Harvey Danger's a band. Henry Danger, he's got to be like 18 by now.
These morphers remind me of Pacific Rim mixed with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. What's the best prank you guys have pulled off?
I once tricked my entire classroom into back in high school into thinking I had a mental breakdown with the assistance of my teacher.
I made myself a cast in art class on April Fool's Day. Nobody noticed that I hadn't had it at the beginning of the day. They all thought I broke my arm.
Sorry, guys.
That's ridiculous.
Plaster of Paris, man.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas is a Starbucks barista now. I believe it.
Is he? I have no idea what he's up to.
Made 4 of these, right?
Um,
There you go, lady. Upgrade.
I just came in for an oil change.
You can make your own mixed up fun with
they just remodeled that car into a platypusalope or something.
And now it takes
Jackalope.
baby keys.
I don't know
Jace
what that
is
would be.
apparently 19.
And we're back!
Assume that Jace-
Finally!
yeah.
Oh my god, that was such a long commercial. Oh really? Are we gonna go that blatant?
Let's go now.
Is she gonna give him a wistful look of, oh, really? You are laying it on hard there. Wow.
Thick.
She saved me. Roxy saved me.
Oh.
That Robotron didn't seem to be after the Morphers. What was it up to?
Oh, she knows that's just a straight up
You're
distraction.
lucky to be alive. What were you doing out there?
He was just buying flowers.
I was,
Oh yeah, he was so okay. They're in the same shot. They're making it very obvious he was buying them for Zoe.
Jacob,
Fair,
the flowers were yellow.
fair enough.
What? A babysitter? Oh, for how long? Indefinitely. And that's an order.
Really?
It's for your safety.
Oh, that is not very cool. Like,
you okay?
he should be allowed to just, go out and live his life.
Place where we met.
Seriously. Nate, this is Power Rangers. You can't do anything by yourself in this universe. Unless you're a ranger.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, but it was.
Weird, right?
Which he's not.
So, Nate, do you think there could still be some good in the Avatar? Could the real Roxy be in there somewhere? Robbie, I don't
I'm a
think
planeteer,
I trust you.
and you can be one
Probably
too.
something.
Because saving our planet is the thing to do. I don't know what this is.
You don't know that.
What?
Oh, there it goes. Phew.
Something glitched?
Yeah.
Broke up with her. Actually,
Everything everybody said turned into a bunch of dots for a minute.
Yeah.
Section 42C.
Section 42C.
It's in the GB handbook.
Well, it sounds like he still has feelings for her
Well, yeah.
and a few regrets.
Robbie,
Man.
I'm not here to hurt you. I
Oh,
promise.
man.
But why are you here?
This is
Well,
so uncomfortable
I
because
wanted to find you to
we've-
say.
we've made it so obvious how much she's
Happy
messing with
Valentine's
him.
Day.
And it's really painful.
You remember, don't you?
Of course I do.
Oh, golly, she has her memories.
Do you?
This is where we met. Before I'd
Oh, really?
ever heard of Grid Battle Force.
Oh,
You
that's
were
interesting.
training and hurt your ankle.
You practically carried me back to my car. So, is the real Roxy, my Roxy, she's still in there?
I've been able to overcome the effects of Evox's evil virus from time to time. But I need your help to beat it.
My help?
I need something from Nate's lab. The neural aligner.
If
The
oh,
device that uploaded Evox's virus into me and turned me into
Oh,
It's the fountain from
interesting.
Friends.
I can use it
Is
to
it?
cancel
No,
the effects
no,
of the virus.
that's not. I don't think that the friends were dancing in New
I
Zealand.
am not all evil,
Yeah, that's true.
but I need your help to be all good again.
Okay, the neural alignment. They actually reference that.
I gotta go. Please, help me, Robbie.
You're my only hope, Obi-Wan!
And there goes the digital rose. I would so like it better if
Oh, come on.
they didn't make it so obvious that
Dude, use
that
a
she's messing
vice!
with him.
Well, I'm kind of busy. I'll make it quick. I was just wondering, do you think a neural aligner can make an evil avatar good? Neural aligner? I didn't consider that possibility. Still thinking about Roxy's avatar? Yeah. So, could the tech in one of these things cancel Evox's virus? Theoretically, it's possible. But I would need more data on the original virus. A lot more data.
Okay.
And it could take months of research to confirm any theory.
And that does pretty much lock in that Nate does not know anything about Evox, which pretty much people only assume because of Dr. K. Also, wow, Ravi, could you have done that in any more obvious fashion?
Why were you using a drill on that, Nate?
He did not take 2 seconds before grabbing that neural aligner. So just the moment that Nate turned his back.
He has serious hardware issues.
He apparently also very much failed his perception check right there.
Nate, have you seen Robbie? Yeah, he was here a little while ago. You just missed him.
Oh.
Yeah, he rolled a natural one.
Usually he's annoyingly punctual.
I guess he's still
That's
upset
cute.
about Roxy. Yeah, maybe. He wanted to know if he could reverse Evox's virus and make Roxy good again by using the neural aligner.
Oop, there it is.
Put it right
Or there
here.
it's not, I mean.
Robbie must have taken it.
Roxy's avatar put him up to this.
So where could he have gone?
Just a hunch, but this is where Robbie and Roxy used to meet on Valentine's Day, right?
He left the photo here?
At this park, near that fountain.
Let's find
Why
out.
is that photo there?
You know what, Dustin? I'm kind of okay with them giving it to us up front because it is a children's show, and I don't know that they would have understood otherwise.
I want to help.
I feel like it...
Of course I did. Wants to be
Because she is selling it so well.
Just what to do.
I feel like it's telegraphing things a little too hard, though.
Let's hope this works.
Oh, no.
Roxy, what's happening?
We said you and this to be together. We will be. Once I infect you with Evox's virus.
I'm sorry, that was just so over the top just there. Like, literally, she was putting it over the top of his...
That didn't go as I thought. Of course you do.
The Substitute, the brand new hidden camera prank special premieres all day Monday starting at 10 April Fool's Day. Keep it here.
I'm out of chocolate.
Excitement awaits inside every
I'm sorry,
Finders
hon.
candy and toy surprise.
Um,
Packed with
I
chocolate
don't know
candy
what to
egg.
do.
Oh my, Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pig's in space? What?
Finders Keepers, you can open up a sweet surprise. What's inside your Finders Keepers? Peppa Pig and friends. You collect them all.
So what do we got going on here in the chat?
Oh, just some people thinking that they should have done the... Oh my goodness, they have green screen for dolls now.
Yeah,
Share
yeah.
your creations. Snapstar. Each sold separate. Ask permission before going online.
Yeah, I feel like it would have been more narratively interesting to actually just keep the fact that it was a ploy a secret until the reveal. Because otherwise we're just cringing over Ravi being manipulated the entire episode, as opposed to having that question of whether or not she may be telling the truth.
How long did it take them to study every section by
How
the
does
city by name, letters, and numbers? And
Just-
I'm going to guess that they didn't and have a GPS in their morphers.
Get 40% off all dresses.
That probably didn't actually take that long for them to label the city by sections.
No, he said study.
Well, it's
STDE.
I don't know what.
Pretty sure he meant study, like the Rangers knew this in their head, and I don't think they did. I think they used a GPS.
I don't. No, I don't think. That's a fair point.
Deep clean.
And what's your deepest secret?
Keep it clean, Rhonda. Pursued
Omega Res says that it's fun to watch Robbie fall hook, line, and sinker because he knows. Or
Oh,
they
fair
know,
enough.
or she knows. I don't know what gender Omega Res is.
Okay.
I feel like I had
Um,
hit a brick wall with Victoria. I took her in and had her tested for
Yeah,
abilities, and they said she's fine. She's just not interested.
It.
I was really searching for something that would help.
These sorts of things make the just. I always have that cringe when you
A real
know
boy.
when
Okay.
it's
All right,
how
Pinocchio.
when it's that obvious that they're going that they're falling for something or that something is going poorly for them. That I guess it comes down to personal preference.
The way Rox did it almost reminded me of MMPR when Rita Repulsa would explain the plan from the beginning, says Dustin.
Well,
It does have
Fair
some
enough.
flavors of Rita.
From the bottom of my heart, like ABC Mouse.
but usually when they do things like that, they don't. It's not usually a manipulation plan.
Yeah, I still don't think that they memorized it. I still think that those are coordinates to.
I believe it that Robbie
Yes.
memorized. And we're back.
Once I infect you with Evox's virus.
What?
What?
Why can it do that? Okay, apparently this thing is a hover thing.
Oh, yes. I'm going to turn you into an evil avatar just like me. Evil, but there's good in you.
No,
Really believe that?
no.
What a sucker. Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh
little
dear.
boy.
Are we gonna shoot the thing? Somebody's got to shoot the thing. Shoot! Somebody show up to shoot the thing. There we go.
We got you, buddy.
Here. Thanks, guys.
Fountain's empty.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's weird.
She really played me.
Evox is like Megabyte from Reboot. A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Whoosh! Oh.
I have a problem.
You sure do.
Yeah.
Right. That may be useful. Avatar, get me that neural aligner.
Oh, that's interesting. That's useful? What can they use that for?
I don't know, maybe weaponize it on a monster to shoot people with the evilness without having to capture them.
Maybe.
The other way around.
I'm curious where they're going to go with that. That's it. Looks like a potential plot point for later.
Activate base power.
There we go. Wolfen time. I do actually like that the
Apparently,
glasses reform into the
April 1st,
helmet
they said
glasses.
Go Busters would be energy chasers.
Yeah, I remember that. That was like 4 years ago, something like that.
Crypto Villain likes how Zoe uses her jumping.
Yeah. Whoosh! Here we go. Chronic. It's a
See?
chronic.
Empty fountain.
That is an empty fountain. I wonder if they just wanted to cut down on potential like noise background and things. Oh, here we go. Now you see, I wasn't expecting us to see Shoveltron for this episode because and there's that shot. Yep,
On the cars. Yep.
I recognize those shots so hard right now.
Zoe is good at the bunny hop. Yes,
Wait
she is.
wait. Whoa.
Now they're on the roof, aren't they?
No, I just realized something.
What?
How is this? There's no timer. Wait,
Well, that means that they just got the clean footage from.
so they got it with it. So they got the clean footage without the timer. That's interesting.
I mean, that's not that strange for them to be able to get the clean footage from some
I
place
just-
since they licensed it.
I just wasn't expecting that. Shovel Road. But where'd you get the Morphs this week? You didn't have any.
Where did they get the Morphex this week?
It was just not the focus of the episode, so I just rolled with it.
I don't know. Maybe they had a bunch left over from the bicycle heists. They did get an awful lot that way.
I'm trying to figure out, as I'm looking at it, how much of that is the same footage and how much of it is original footage, because the quality and lighting is very, very similar between new and original shots.
Yes, they're making it very difficult to tell Sentai footage from
Nice
American
to see you.
footage.
Nice to see you, Cruz.
Remember when Energy Chaser was supposed to be a Netflix original?
Yeah.
Kinda.
But yeah, I worked with this footage.
Okay, that's
so
definitely Sentai because it's got Japanese street signs.
right. Yeah. Oh yeah. This sequence is standard Zord transformation sequence. I'm curious.
Hey!
Hey, Kelson. Wait. That's the first time I think I've heard. I just realized the drone, the Giga drone, has the same voice as the Shoveltron, as the Robotron.
They just called it the shovel.
Well, I didn't.
something.
I didn't realize that the Giga drones were voiced.
Shovel drone. They called it a shovel drone.
Yeah, I didn't realize that they were. I didn't notice the last two times that they were voiced. let alone voiced by the exact same.
That's true. Even if Roxy Avatar is good, she's still not the real Roxy. And Nate said you have to destroy the avatars, so let's not fall in love with her.
Yeah.
That's sensible. That's very sensible. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. I'm just going to call you PRW.
Yeah, it's a long name. This is just always such a great sword fight. Which is one of the reasons that I was expecting when they eventually used Shoveltron that it would be in a Devon episode, not a Rafi episode.
Well, have they done the Megazord yet?
No.
So then it's still okay for that to be a Ravi Focus episode because, as far as we know, this is the only humanoid Zord configuration available.
Well, yes. Okay, it's really they've done a really good job of matching things up. Now this is definitely the Sentai footage.
There's that building with the circular.
Yeah. You have an idea. What's your idea? Is it sneak up behind him and attack him from behind? You're gonna do a jump up and then come down for a slash? What? Oh, it's almost like I watched this a million times.
Time Force reference?
Oh, and here's, man, the matching is great because that was a cut in where before
the cat is like literally on him.
Yep.
You know what I just realized though?
What?
Because all of the big robots look exactly the same as one another.
Yeah.
They don't have to use the Zord fight from the same episode they used
but they don't all look exactly the same.
Oh, they don't?
No, because they each have modifiers.
Oh, right, an arm.
Yeah, they each have modifiers according to their Robotron.
I guess I was just looking at the heads for some reason.
Yeah, but even the heads aren't always the same.
Look at the green dot thing, flat, squishy head.
This is actually the second time we've seen a beta model.
Crypto Villain likes the fighting in this episode.
Cool.
I am unable to appreciate
the difference. Well, it's from the opening of Go
fighting.
Busters. It's a great sequence.
I'm not enough of a connoisseur. It's like I can't tell good wine from bad wine. I can't tell good fighting from bad fighting.
What's this neural laser going to do?
I told you about. And once I build the new machine I designed.
What's he up to?
Don't forget, it's me you'll be thanking, not those fools, Blaze and Roxy. That blue part.
Infighting!
Start gathering what you need for your plan.
Blaze and Roxy were literally created by Evox. Like, are you really playing with this here? Interesting.
Enemy infighting. We're gonna have fun. Is Scuffle truly loyal to Evox?
I don't think Scrozzle's truly loyal to anybody.
Scrozzle's out for Scrozzle.
Yeah.
Scrozzle's out for Scrozzle.
I guess so. I'm sorry, guys. You warned me about Roxy's avatar, and I should have listened.
It happens.
Yeah.
We'll bring the real Roxy back. I promise. But there's only one way.
By working together to destroy her evil avatar. Thanks. It means a lot. I miss Roxy. I'd be a lot lonelier without you two.
Oh.
Zoe, these are for you. Thanks.
Huh?
With a card.
Nice.
From Nate.
To Zoe from your secret Valentine. What was
Oh.
that face?
No idea.
Oh, Nate, you're being adorable.
Chances of Lord Draken being the ruler of that dimension? Not high.
Oh, what happened? What did Ben and Betty do with those Valentine's gifts? We saw them at the beginning.
I like paper's the perfect way to catch you.
Really? They're still after that B.
Yeah. Doing plans on this sticky stuff. Ugh.
What's going to happen?
What's the world?
You are...
You're just gonna get stuck in your own fucking
You are-
flypaper.
Hun, that's the jar is over there. We forgot to grab the jar. I will take care of this in post. I don't think there's anything I can do about a live stream, so we will ignore that and pretend that did not happen.
Hey, what was he going? Now there are two of them?
Yep. That was very superfluous. That was very superfluous to everything.
Hey, Jesse, I have made it through, I'm pretty sure, every other live stream without doing that.
Yep.
He just said, just when I thought Marissa was going to make it all the way through the episode without swearing. I have done it on all the other live streams.
Yep. Yeah. I'll see if there's anything I can do about that. I don't think there is. Anyway.
You can do it in post.
Not on the live stream.
Oh, right.
Yeah. But yeah, Scrozzle is trying to clearly just win favor with the Evox.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
He doesn't have any actual loyalty. He just wants to deal with Varkor.
I know, Nate and Zoe, you're so cute.
That was a cute little thing, and I like that they are continuing on that development that was sort of started up with the last episode. So that's
they were making goo-goo eyes over the lizard.
I don't know. Maybe he was making goo-goo eyes at her. I still think she was all about that lizard. Just saying.
Do we collect Power Rangers merchandise?
A little bit.
I wouldn't say we collect it.
I tend to pick up a few things for each season.
Yeah, Jake gets whatever strikes his fancy, but we're not completionists.
No, I haven't been completionist in a long time. Honestly, in big part, that was because
the Bandai toys weren't so great after all.
Once we hit Overdrive, the quality just went way down, and it just stopped feeling like it was worth the investment. Plus, just having limited space, etc.
Yeah.
Like I definitely have plenty of things that I've accumulated over time. But now that Hasbro toys have been hitting the shelves, I have been thinking about
getting more
things,
because they do seem to be a better quality, at least than the later era Bandai stuff.
Like, stuff is actually coming out and being like quality again, and but unfortunately, right around the time that we started getting good stuff through the Legacy Collection and now through Hasbro, I didn't exactly have that much money to spend.
So for the most part, he gets gifts from me, and
yeah, that's the main thing.
I tend to go for the imports.
Yeah.
My very first
but I have been thinking about swinging
because
by.
Wool Kaiser was not available in the United States.
That's true. I am thinking about swinging by, maybe picking something up. I don't know what yet. Maybe something like Blaze.
I gotta get back on Amazon and find out what happened to the camera gun. It still says running late. I gotta put in a complaint with Amazon.
It's been running late for 3 months.
For 3 months.
That's insane.
I gotta put in a complaint with Amazon because that's just not cool.
So I haven't decided what I might be picking up or when. But apparently stuff is available locally, so I gotta make up my mind before it all disappears.
Yeah. Things that you do have, though, that would run in line with this, of course. You do have the Morpher that was used in
Grid Defense.
And your mini plaws.
Yes, and I have those, and I have the 2 figure arts.
And the 2 figure arts. Which were all basically stuff that he got for Go Busters that basically carries over.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah,
we totally thought Q Ranger was going to be the next one, so he's got the full set of Q Ranger swords.
Well, not the full set.
You have pretty much every one.
I have. I've got 9 out of 13. And with not including the movie main sword, but I've got Q Reno, I've got Ryuteo, and I've got the Eagle Sword. I don't have Balance and Naga.
Yep.
And I don't have the Phoenix Zord Gigant, and I don't have the Orion like battleship.
But like, I got a lot of that, and so did Vac.
Yeah, which was
because we totally thought that it was going to be the next Power Rangers.
Yeah,
so we'd get ahead of the curve.
Yeah. So regarding this episode, I liked the premise and I liked elements of it.
There have been some in this area as well. Pocky found them.
Yeah. I just didn't. I wasn't thrilled with the execution of the plan, largely in terms of the way it was presented. It was a little too heavily telegraphed. Like, I'm tricking him. Surprise! You've been tricked, and it didn't jive well with me.
With the person who said that that's a lot like Rita Repulsa, because Mighty Morphin telegraphed like you would not believe.
Well, yes, but they also never tried to do anything clever.
It's true.
Here the villains were trying to do something clever.
Mighty Morphin was just so like, and on the one hand, it's nostalgic, but on the other hand, like when they tried to redo it again in Megaforce, you realize that really only is as cool as it is because of rose-colored glasses.
No, that's a different plan that they're executing. That was never they never did any manipulation plans. It was always casting a spell. That's the argument I'm making. They were never tricking the Rangers.
Didn't they ever use somebody who they cast a spell on to turn that person evil, and that person tricked the Rangers?
Well, yes, but that was one of the things where it's not.
Kind of like when they had the girl go have the guy play the guitar and sing the evil song. I feel like that kind of thing might have happened.
Right. But it was more along the lines of with
Admiral Akbar saw this coming. It's a trap.
Billy got each time that somebody got mind controlled, they didn't really fool anybody for long. It was somebody who, and it was always a member of the team who's like, okay, you've been brainwashed into going to get this thing. They go and get the thing. And now you've gotten the thing, and the brainwash is over. Haha, you got brainwashed. Whereas here, it was more she was trying to manipulate him.
I'm going to make everybody fight over the holidays. Which one is best?
Yeah.
And then they fight over the holidays. Which one is best?
But again, that's not a trickery spell. That's not a trickery plot. That's not a plot that requires you to be smarter than your enemies.
Scott Sandler would like to remind us that Energy Chasers was never supposed to be on Netflix. It was supposed to be on Vortex.
That's right.
Which, in a twist of fate, collapsed that October.
Yes. But yeah, no, I'm trying to make the point that when it comes to a manipulation plot, it relies upon the villain outsmarting the hero. That's what a manipulation plot has to be.
Mm-hmm.
And there are two ways that tends to happen. Either your villain is being very clever in terms of how we're keeping information hidden, or the hero is made to look dumber.
I feel like in this case, it's actually neither.
Yeah.
Because although it is a little bit like he's being dumb, you do have to give him some leeway for the heart.
I do.
Because the heart can be tricked so much easier than the head.
Here's the thing.
And she was selling it.
She was that first, no, don't. We're going. That was too much. Her mournful looks were good. Her mournful looks were good.
As she teleported away.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She it's one of those things where I feel like the story would have been if she had done everything the same, but we hadn't seen the I'm gonna be evil. Oh no. I feel like it would have played better. It was a matter of how it was framed. Or if you are going to lean to her having glee and manipulating him, then
We need some more cutaways where he can't see her face and she's doing an evil smile.
Yeah, and a little bit less focus on the heart of it and more on if she's having fun with it, we should be leaning more into and we're showing her having fun with it. We should be leaning more into having the fun side of the plot. If we're
that's why I was saying the cutaways where she's having the evil grin.
Yeah,
we should be putting more heavily on I'm clever.
But instead, it was more of a focus on Ravi going, is she good? Is she not? And that kind of internal conflict, I feel, works better if the audience doesn't know the answer.
Yes. I have to say something now.
What's that?
We do not condone or endorse the use of third-party sites for looking at Power Rangers because we respect the copyrights because we like having our channel.
But you live your life.
You do you. She also just played her hand. Now they can't turn good.
But I did like that.
That's true. She totally played herself.
I did like that this continued on several past plot points and is clearly building on things towards a future plot point. That I really liked.
Yeah, something's going on with the Houdini.
Yeah, the neural aligner. I think that
Dino War.
That was great because it referenced something that was from the premiere and it's using it for a future plot point. There was a setup, a follow through. We're going into a payoff.
There aren't any dinosaurs in this, are there?
They're referring to the team up movie with Abba Ranger, Zhu Ranger, and Kiryu.
Gotcha.
That's we've talked about that before.
Cheetah, an ape, and a bunny. I don't see any dinosaurs here.
But yeah, I'm surprised each week by which Sentai episode they end up using for these episodes because it's never
episode of the Sentai. You mean?
Yeah, because it's never what I expect it to be. Like for the first Zord fight, I was not expecting it to be Cyclotron. I was expecting it to be Shoveltron. Because that was the first
Shoveltron suddenly thrown up in the fourth episode where you're expecting something a little bit more blue-centric.
Yeah, and then we had a blue-centric fight in the Yellow Focus episode. So it's a weird it's interesting that a lot of it's subverting my expectations on their use of Sentai footage. And I'm curious how that's going to be going moving forward if that's just these two episodes that felt a little bit misaligned in ways. Mm-hmm. Still fine, still well used. Mm-hmm. But I'm curious if we're going to keep seeing the focus of the Sentai footage not match with the focus of the Power Rangers episode.
Edison Kelly wants to know if you think you're going to get Psycho White, Psycho Gold, Psycho Purple, and the real Psycho Silver and the Psycho Path.
Yeah. That's going to be the new.
Say that 10 times fast.
Yeah, new graphic novel that was just announced. Psycho Ranger focused graphic novel called The Psycho Path. I don't know if we'll be getting any additional psychos.
Worrying about the villain.
Oh, I think I may have missed that.
I didn't realize you were worrying, but yes, I did see that you would prefer to keep one.
Oh well. Anyway, answering that first question, I feel like it might be a little too much to toss in an additional Psycho Ranger when we have the Core 5 and the comic exclusive Psycho.
But I think wouldn't even be an additional, wouldn't it? That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4 more.
Yeah. I would be surprised if we got more Psycho Rangers than the 6 that we're already going to get in that story. But then again, I have no clue what that story is going to be, so that's total conjecture. We'll really just have to wait and see on that.
Jesse Torres wanted to call our attention back to how he said that he would hope that we stick with one main villain all the way through and not twist in between the second season like with the Neo Saban era.
I don't have a problem with there being a change up in the villains.
I really don't have a problem with there being a change up in villains in this one in particular, because there was a very clear demarcation in Go Busters.
Well, there's a clear demarcation in terms of when we would change over from season 1 to season 2.
Mhm.
We have a major like climactic fight.
That's what I'm saying.
At the halfway point. But that being said, that villain still continued past that point.
Fair enough. I guess what
But they could easily make it a different villain.
Because of the way it cuts very cleanly in the middle, this would be one where it wouldn't be as bad as it is in some other ones where they kind of had to fudge it a little.
That's true. But
boosts another raisin. No, I have not seen these drawings.
No, I haven't. But one thing I would like to see if we do have a villain change up is if Evox has a creator, the creator taking center stage for season 2, I think would be really cool. That would be something I would like to see as a change up into season 2. Vargoyle, we've heard about once. We don't know what his deal is. I expect him to be joining the villain roster at some point. I don't know how I would feel about him taking over as second villain, though.
I don't think I would know how I would feel about him taking over as second villain until after I'd met him.
Yeah, we don't know anything about that. Rusty is Vargoyle, apparently.
Seriously? Right when I took a drink? I almost spit all over your computer.
It was a comment there.
Dustin, if I spit my drink out because of something you said, I'm sending you a bill for the computer.
But yeah, although I didn't necessarily like the execution of specific plot points in this episode, like I felt like Ben and Betty felt very tacked on, sort of literally at the end where they just got stuck to that flypaper.
My point exactly, Omega Res.
I feel like they didn't. I understood that they were going for bookending, but it
the flypaper thing did not fly.
The whole bee thing was.
I was okay. Forced. Like the earlier bee thing was okay when they were running away from it, but the flypaper way they ended it, no. Honestly, I think that's really weird. And the only I feel like a better way of bookending it would have been if like they chased it around and chased it around and chased it around, and then it finally stung them. Something,
I don't know.
But the flypaper was just. Also, that flypaper wasn't flypaper. It was huge and it was dripping.
It was very strange. But you know what I actually would have liked if they had. I feel like something that would have made the Ben and Betty thing work a little bit better is because they just appeared at the beginning and the end. Mm-hmm. But could you imagine if, as we're going through the episode, and they're like, and like the Rangers are walking down hallways.
You just see them in the background.
Just see them run through in the background. You don't, no lines from them. Just see them run in the background.
Really small, far away. Yes, that would have been hilarious.
Just have that as a running thread throughout. I think that would have been really funny. And then that would have made it feel like we were seeing something that, the conclusion to something that we were invested in.
Yeah.
Rather than, oh, right, this was a thing, and it's silly. Mm-hmm. I feel like it would have been a nice way to conclude things. Still got more
screen time than Shaw. Well, that happens with the Commanders sometimes.
Yeah.
I assume you mean Commander Shaw and not Robbie.
And I see Dustin asking about
manipulation spell.
Manipulation spell. Well, it's still a spell, though. That's not outsmarting your enemy, which is different.
Vargoyle could be the puppy from Lupin Ranger versus Pataranger, episode 40.
Sure. Why not? I'll say, okay. Interesting line of thought there.
I don't understand.
But yeah, we had but as far as plot threads for an overarching plot right now, I like that we're focusing on character development and plot development in parallel, because we are working on.
It's a joke that I don't understand.
The shipping between Nate and Zoe has continued very organically from the previous episode.
That I don't understand is the joke.
I'm just going to continue past the puppy comment.
Nate says she might be running for Keeper and Gosei in terms of absence.
Oh, I disagree on that, because she's been in every episode.
Also, I think
Keeper was not in every episode.
A lot more, unless you mean that he didn't talk, because he was totally still just hanging there on the wall the whole time.
Yeah. And he talked all the time, actually. He just disappeared at the very end of the series for whatever reason.
Now, Keeper, on the other hand...
Keeper was not around a lot, which was strange.
Yeah.
But no, Shaw has been in every episode.
That's
and she's
true,
had
but it
something
might
to
start,
say every time.
I think it's a little early to predict that she's going to start disappearing like Keeper.
She's been pretty prominent, not to mention the fact that she's the Blue Ranger's mom.
Mom.
But the point that I'm making is, okay, so we had the neural aligner from episode 1. It's referenced again here. It's setting up for the future. We had Zoe and Nate in episode 3. We set up that potential relationship, and now we're continuing on that organically into this next episode, with it being set up for continuing down the line. It was not curtailed in any way. And then we had, Robbie and Roxy again, something that was set up in the first episode, followed up on now. So there were 3 different points of follow through in this one episode, and I think that was really nice and bodes well for the series.
It feels like the tapestry is being woven quite tightly, and I like it.
And I actually felt like, of the 3 different things that were continued upon, the one that was the core plot of the episode was the weakest.
No, Robbie doesn't have to do his own laundry. There's a laundry department, and we know that because
I want to see them hanging out at Riptide Gym again, because we got to see that this time, and that was nice to see that appear again.
Yeah, and it would be a waste of a set not to use it.
Yeah, exactly. Another thing where it was interesting how they subverted the focus of the Sentai footage. Because you saw, Zoe jump up to do the slash, and that was what turned the tide against the Shoveltron.
Mm-hmm.
But in the original episode, that wasn't able to turn the tide, and the Shoveltron was still powering against them. And it wasn't until the Red Ranger showed up to save the 2 of them.
Mm.
So they actually, basically, although we had the jump up to slash down from the original footage, the actual success of the slash was reshot. So that, and that completely excised Devon out from being the focus of the episode. Just by cutting out that one point of him being the cavalry.
Dustin is apparently still on the manipulation spell and is bringing forth the points of Mirror of Despair, and Rocky just wants to have fun.
That's not outsmarting them. That is casting a spell on them. You don't need to be smarter than somebody to cast a spell on. I'm saying there's a difference between manipulation and a spell. Between outsmarting someone and casting a spell on them.
The footage blend is great.
That is the point I'm trying to make. I'm sorry if I'm emphasizing this overly hard here, but that is the point that I was trying to make. That there is a difference between outsmarting your enemy and casting a spell on them. Even if the spell is manipulative, it's still, it is not something that necessitates you outsmarting them.
Yeah, using magic is cheating at manipulation.
Yes. I'm not saying that there were not spells that manipulated them. There were tons of those.
But it's just that since, magic makes it like
it's a different plot line. It's a very different plot line from a trickery plot line.
Yes.
Which is what this was. This was a long con. And I feel like long cons
this was a con worthy of Sophie Devereaux.
Well, actually, here's what I think it is. A long con only really works if you're focusing on one side or the other for the most part. In that you're either admiring the artistry of the con, or you are getting caught up in the con yourself.
Yes, there were also spells in Mystic Force.
Yes.
Those also weren't manipulation.
We're not saying there aren't spells. No one's saying that. That was never a thing.
Hey, Joe. Welcome.
And I just, it was like I said, it was my personal preference. I felt like the 2 tones sort of clash. It's like, okay, she's having fun manipulating him. She's going over the top. That's one side, but then we're seeing his side, and it's, is she good? Is she evil? as opposed to him either going fully with it, which would mesh with her being over the top, or him being very questioning of it, which would work if we didn't know that she was definitely manipulating him.
Yes.
So that was my main issue. I felt like it didn't play for me in that regard.
It did for me.
Yeah.
It didn't for you.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
You were
guess that
you were good on that
kind
front?
of. I guess it kind of played for Dustin.
Okay. Yeah, I think it played for others. For me, it played as cringe, and I don't like cringe.
I don't like cringe either. It didn't play as cringe to me, but I have to agree with you that when something does read as cringe, I don't like it.
Yeah. I know we've had different opinions on what does and doesn't count as cringe.
It's true.
Yes,
and Mr. Ellman is pointing out, as several others have, that Roxy has blown that.
Yeah, she can't pull that same trick twice.
That trick is
now, it was something that I think makes sense to establish right at the beginning of towards the beginning of the series. It's an obvious early direction to go with it. You want to kind of squash that early if you're not going to be addressing it.
It wasn't that they pretended it was a surprise. It was more that there was no surprise.
Yeah. And I would have liked this plot better if there was more of a surprise.
Dustin, enough. You're just going to set him off on another, 5-minute
I know the
explanation
episodes
of
you're
what trying to
talking
talk
about, Dustin. I'm not disagreeing you that those episodes exist. They're just not what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. I know. It was a manipulation to kind of break his soul. They weren't trying to trick him, though. It's, look at this mirror. It's going to make you remember a sad sign and a sad memory and break your spirit. I'm not tricking you into thinking that something is true that isn't, and making you conduct actions according to a manipulation. I'm trying to break your spirit. It's a different kind of manipulation.
So wait, it's like a reverse mirror reverse ed?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not manipulation.
Yeah, I mean, it is to an extent.
That's just breaking someone with their own history.
Yeah, that was what it was.
Because everything he's seeing in the mirror is something that actually happened, yeah?
Yeah, it was him seeing his childhood memories of being a lonely little boy, is what I recall.
Oh no, Jake is using magic.
I'm using magic? What was that, because of my hand motions? Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rank this opening 4-episode arc?
I don't know. I feel like it's not
magic to manipulate Dustin.
I feel like I wouldn't really call it a 4-episode arc in that I feel like it's not something that has had a clear conclusion.
It's not really an arc. It's just 4 episodes of serially continuous
it's the beginning
story.
of a. But it feels like we are moving towards something.
It's serialized, but it hasn't made an arc yet because it hasn't had any conclusion.
Right now, I feel like we're still in the rising action.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe we've reached a point of complication, but we have not reached the climax of the denouement.
Arc.
Yeah. So, Mr. Alman saying, "Oh no, I'm using magic to manipulate
Dustin." Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'm saying I understand what you're referencing. So it's message conveyed.
Doesn't quite fit with what he was saying.
Yes.
So. Y'all are talking at cross purposes.
Yes. So so that was episode 4, and I'm looking forward to seeing where things go with the neural aligner.
I am too.
And with these relationships that are developing between the characters.
And the new seeds of infighting amongst the villains.
Yeah, they keep building on that. That was pretty much there from episode 2, and they've been continuing to build off it with each continuing episode, with him just trying to to undermine them.
Yeah, he wants to be the favorite,
and I feel like we're working towards. I feel like
he's never really going to be the favorite because the other 2 were actually created by Evox with a virus that probably compels them to be loyal to him, and Scruzzle does not have that.
Right.
Scruzzle's motives will always be in question.
Yeah. It's one of the things about the avatars that unfortunately makes them a little less interesting. Is just
knowing that they're programmed.
Yeah, there's no. We know there's no ambiguity to their characters, and we've established that. I would like to see them
In fact,
be a little
if
bit more
anything, this
clever.
episode more firmly nailed down that there's no nuance to that.
Yeah.
Because it has eliminated the possibility of lingering effects of the people.
Right. I will say that with regards to serialization in Power Rangers, I do enjoy it. I felt like Overdrive mishandled it.
I didn't even feel like Overdrive was a serialization.
It-
I felt like Overdrive was incredibly episodic in that you could have put the jewels in any order and it wouldn't have made a
Right.
difference.
Well, here's the thing. There's serialization is ongoing storyline. However, a long-form storyline should have multiple plot threads to interweave for successful serialization. Otherwise, it's just, and then this happened.
Well,
and
I
then this
also
happened,
feel
and this
like
happened.
serialization requires that the story be told in the order it's
Yeah.
told in. Whereas with Operation Overdrive, you could have
It was
interchanged various plot lines and had no effect on the plot.
It was a repetitive form of serialization, where the story, every episode led to the next, but it was not something from a story perspective. It was something from a purely superficial. Okay,
Here's
this
the
leads
clue.
to our clue for the next thing that we're going to get, which is going to lead
Right.
to our clue
And
to the
if you
next
just
thing that we're
swapped
going
out
to
the
get.
clue, you could have put them in any order.
Yeah, exactly.
Which to me is a little.
And there wasn't, clear character growth happening from episode to episode or anything really developing.
If Gargoyle was a
fronts.
puppy, he'd have an advantage over Devin, who freezes up when he sees dogs.
That is true. That is very true. All right. Yeah, I do feel like it's been well set up. I feel like we are currently leading up to the introduction of the Megazord, and that would be the climax of the current
this
arc. If we're looking at something that's going to be composed of multiple arcs.
Which is always I like arcs.
Yeah. And I feel like
And I like it when the arcs are interwoven such that you can't take the episodes and put them in a different order.
yeah, I like interwoven arcs. I felt like Power Rangers Space had the best seasonal structure of any season. Because they had arcs that were clearly defined. They ran for a good length of time. It was always like 5-6 episodes
And
per
some
arc.
of them were concurrent.
And, well, it wasn't necessarily that they were so much concurrent as they were interwoven. Events that were important to other arcs were set up or followed through on.
But that's why I feel
in
like they
between
were
each other.
kind of concurrent.
Well,
They were running at the same time.
yes
Their
and no.
beginnings and ends. There's a reason Deep Space Nine is my favorite Star Trek series. Why? Because they plagiarized Babylon 5, which has an even better arc?
Also, you love DS9.
I do love Deep Space Nine. When I was a kid, I wanted to be Dax.
My point is with
So
Power
bad.
Rangers in Space is you have, for instance, first you have an intro arc, then you have the Dark Honda arc, the Zane arc, the Astronema arc, the Psycho Ranger arc, and then we get into our end game. Those were all clearly delineated, but elements of Dark Honda's arc were foreshadowed in the intro and followed up, and he appeared in other arcs afterwards. The Zane arc, it was a follow-up on the fall of KO-35, and it set things up for other things with regard to Zane coming back in the future. Astronema arc, that was a conclusion of something that had been going on in the Dark Honda arc, which had been set up earlier, had been followed up in the Zane arc, and then that we had that clear arc. So they were all interwoven, but they were still all their own clear string of focus episodes that were clearly delineated, and we had a breather in between each one, for the most part. So that's one of the things I really liked about Power Rangers in Space's structure. When I'm talking about it having that arc-based structure, there were a clear number of focus arcs, but those arcs all served ongoing full season plot lines. So we've probably gone on more than long enough. You're taking care of something down in the chat? Okay. But yeah, I do feel like right now we're leading up to... I feel like the neural aligner is going to be sort of our setup into whatever is going to lead to the introduction of the Megazord. Because that did take about 6 episodes in the Sentai, and that was a setup and payoff kind of thing, where it was the payoff of a plot line that had been set up in a previous episode. What's going on? Getting into a whole thing? Oh, is this a DS9 thing? Is that what's happening right now? Also, I will say this episode also pretty much confirmed that we will not be having the timer for this series.
Oh, apparently I have a 200 character limit, which I have overrun.
Yep. Because we've now learned that we do not need to adapt the timer. I was very surprised by that. I assumed that they were going to be using this footage that went to air minus like credits and things like that, just like what I used for Grid Defense.
Yes, I dropped a novel.
Yeah, just a little bit.
What are my thoughts on Doctor Who? I very much liked the 10 era.
Yeah. I liked 11 as well.
My favorite companion was actually Catherine Tate's character.
Yeah, Donna was great.
Donna.
I liked the Pawns. They were fun.
The Pawns were also fun. We kind of jumped out at the Clara era. I really need to go back and see this.
There were like 2 episodes that we missed during that time.
I need to go back and see the new Doctor.
We only saw 1 episode with 12, and we haven't seen anything of 13. But yeah, I'm looking.
I missed Capaldi because he was all Clara.
Yeah. I also will say, the one thing that this episode was missing was shovel puns. There were no shovel puns.
At the end of Power Rangers, can we get a Babylon 5 review series with MJ hosting it and Jake playing the imaginary scientist? No! Don't start us on another one of these.
That would be totally up to you, hun. That would be on you. Because I've got
every time I see Dr. Riversong, I can only think of Dr. Elizabeth Corday.
Yeah.
Her character from ER.
Yeah. Like I when we had Shovel Droid, you reporter, because I've got the big scoop. We're gonna tear up this town. Can you dig it?
Yes, I can.
I just laid it down. I'm sure I had twice that many puns too that I'm not even remembering right now.
In Chiswick.
All right. So I think that's a good place
it's
to end
been
it on.
Well over an hour now, so
and we've been trying to wrap things up. So once again, I will be on Discord as per usual.
Mm-hmm.
We will post that in the chat. So yes. I'll see you guys there. And now we're back into Beast Morphers running with. I don't think we have any other gaps coming up again until we hit our hiatus. So hopefully our next 4 episodes should be same Beast time, same Beast channel.
Yep.
And
here comes that link.
Keep an eye open for the trailer for episode 87 of Power Reviews, because that is coming at you. We actually even filmed a little bit from episodes up into the mid-90s.
Yeah.
So we're like, those episodes aren't fully filmed by any means, but we are getting through this thing, and I'm hoping we can still hit our target of finishing filming for all supporting cast during the summer. So until next time, farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you. All right. Yeah, I always point at the camera for me. All right. So thank you again, everyone. I will see you online soon enough. And yes, maybe we should be the Power Rangers. Right? That is, I've always wanted to be, but that has not yet been in the cards. So you guys all have a great night.
For like 20 minutes now.
Okay. Now that's taken care of. I'm gonna end the stream. Have a good night. Thanks again.